Hello everyone, my name is Ashish and welcome to the Xadmin channel. So guys, in the previous lectures on the OOPS concept, we have covered about the classes, objects, inheritance concept and the relationship between the classes. And in this relationship between the classes, we have covered or we have discussed is a relationship, has a relationship, and also we have covered the polymorphism concept. And inside the polymorphism we have covered or discussed about the types of the polymorphism, and guys, that is the compile time and the runtime polymorphism. And we have also discussed about the method overloading and the method overriding. So guys, still here we have covered all these topics in the OOPS concept lecture. So guys, now we are going to discuss the next topic, and the next topic of the OOPS is like the abstraction. So guys, we are going to see what is abstraction and how to achieve the abstraction in Java. So guys, let's start the session of the abstraction. So guys, first of all, we are going to see what is abstraction. So guys, abstraction is a detail hiding. Okay, so guys, abstraction is a detail hiding or implementation hiding and showing the main services or the interfaces. It means that we will hide the internal detail and we are going to show the main services. So this is the abstraction. So guys, abstraction is a detail hiding. Okay, abstraction is a detail hiding or implementation hiding and showing the main services, right? So guys, abstraction is a detail hiding or implementation hiding and only showing the main, and only showing the main services. It means that we will hide the internal details and we will only show the main services. Okay, so now guys, let's see actually a real world example to understand how the abstraction works. So guys, the real world for the example for the abstraction is like, guys, in a car, let's say that in a car only the relevant parts like the steering, gears, and guys, horns and the slaters and the brake etc are shown to the driver because they are necessary for driving, but need not to know the internal functionality of the engine or the gear, like how the engine works, how the gear works, or how the horns blow. So guys, these information are guys, this information are not necessary for the driver to know. Only the relevant parts like it has a steering, it has a gear, and it has a horn, and it has a slater, only these parts are shown to the driver to drive. And the implementation part of the engine, like how the engine works, how the brake applies, how the gear works, these are all things are hidden to the driver. Thus guys, showing the relevant data to the user and hiding the implementation of details from the user is an abstraction. So guys, I hope you understand what is abstraction with a real world example. So guys, in a car you can see that only to a driver only a gear and a slater and a steering and the horns are necessary for the driver to drive the car, but the knowledge of like how the gear works, how the gear applies, how the horn blows, how the engine starts, these things are not necessary to know to the driver. Okay, so guys, this is abstraction. Abstraction is detail hiding and showing the main services. In a car only we are showing the driver like steering and the horn and the brake to drive the car, right? So now guys, we are going to see how to achieve the abstraction in Java. So guys, there are the two ways to achieve the abstraction in Java. First is by using classes, and second by using interfaces. So guys, we can achieve abstraction in Java by the help of the two ways. First, by using abstract classes, by using the abstract classes, and by using the interfaces. Okay, so guys, remember, by use of the interfaces we can achieve the 100% of abstraction. So guys, with the help of the interfaces we can achieve the 100% of the abstraction, and with the help of the abstract class we can achieve the 0 to 100%. Okay, so guys, with the help of the interfaces we can achieve 100% of abstraction, and with the help of the abstract class we can achieve 0 to 100% of abstraction. It varies. Okay, so guys, these are the two ways to achieve the abstraction, right? So guys, the next thing, guys, so guys, in today's lecture I will explain you how to achieve the abstraction by the use of the abstract class. And guys, in the next lecture we will discuss how to achieve the abstraction in Java with the help of the interfaces. So guys, the today's lecture will only be on the abstract class and the abstract methods. Okay, and in the next lecture we will discuss about the interfaces, how to achieve abstraction using interfaces, right? So guys, now guys, I am going to explain you how to achieve abstraction with the abstract classes and the abstract method. So guys, for that I will consider an example. So guys, let's say that I have created a two classes. Okay, so guys, I have created a two classes, and guys, the one class, okay, so guys, let's say that I have created a two classes, right? And guys, the first class with the name car. Okay, and guys, inside the car I have created a variable with the name the number of tires. Okay, and guys, I have defined the value to this variable as 4. So guys, I have defined a class with the name car, and inside the car I have defined a variable with the name the number of tires, and I have defined a value to this variable as a 4. Okay, and also guys, in the same way I have created another class with the name scooter. Okay, and I have defined a variable to this scooter as the number of tires. Okay, number of tires, and guys, I have defined the value as 2 to this scooter car. And now guys, in the car class we have a number of we have the number of tires as a variable. And now guys, I have defined a method inside this car class with the name start. Okay, and guys, we have the implementation of this start method. And now guys, and the implementation of the start method says that starts with key, right? And now guys, we have a method with the name start, okay, inside a scooter class also. And this implementation of the start method says that start with kick. So guys, in this guys example, I have taken example to make you understand what is abstraction concept. I have created a two class, car and a scooter, and both these classes have the variable with the name number of tires, and I have defined the values to them. As a car we have the number of tires as a 4, and in a scooter we have number of tires as a 2. And now guys, we have both this class have a method with the name start, and we have the implementation of this method defined in their respective classes. Okay, so now guys, here till here I have created two classes. Okay, so guys, here you can see that in the class of a car and a scooter I am taking the variable with the same name, that is the number of tires, and the method is also same with the name start, only the implementation is different. Okay, but guys, you can see that the name of the method and the name of the variable is same for both the classes, that is the car and the scooter. So guys, here guys, what we can do, we can take an interface. Okay, so guys, we can take another interface to which this both class will extend. So guys, in this way we will implement an abstraction, because guys, both the classes have the same name of variable and the same name of method. So guys, here what we will do, we will create a the like a variable name class. So guys, let's check that I am creating a vehicle name of class. Okay, so guys, I have created a vehicle name of class. Okay, and guys, inside this class, and here I will declare the variable, but I will not define the name. Means guys, I will not define the value with this variable. So guys, I am copying the name of the variable, the number of tires. Okay, so guys, inside this vehicle class we have a variable with the name number of tires, but guys, I am not going to define a value to this variable. And guys, in the same way, I have a start method inside this vehicle class, but I am not going to define the body of this method, or I am not going to write the implementation of the start method inside this the vehicle class. So guys, here we have seen that we have a vehicle class. In this we have a number of tire as a variable, and we have a start method. And guys, here guys, you can see that, and guys, here we can say that the start method can have the any implementation, like like guys, the vehicle can start with a key, it can start with a kick, or it can start with a self start. So guys, here I am not implement the method implementation here. So guys, here you can see that I am only displaying the basic requirement or the services and hiding the backend implementation. So guys, here you can see that I am only displaying the required thing, like it has a number of tires and it has a start method to start the vehicle, but I am not showing the implementation, like how the start method works and how the tires revolves. So actually I am hiding the implementation part, or I am only showing the useful like the services or the required services, and hiding the backend implementation. Okay, so guys, actually this is the abstraction. So abstraction is hiding the detail part and showing the relevant or required services. Okay, so now guys, what I will do now, guys, we are going to understand this with an example of a program. Okay, so let's see that how we can write a program, and we are going to understand with the program. Okay, so guys, first of all, what I will do, so guys, let's say that we have a variable class. Okay, so let's say that we have a class with the name vehicle, and we have a number of tires as a variable, and we have a start method. Okay, and this is start method. In this we have not written any implementation part. Okay, so guys, here we are only declaring and not providing the value to the variable. And guys, in the method we are not implementation here, no body part here, only so hiding the detail part of the method. Okay, so now guys, the important point to note for this is, like guys, let me write out all the important points here. So guys, the first point says that, guys, for achieving the abstraction by the use of the abstract class and the abstract method. Okay, so guys, the first point says that if I am not defining the body of the method inside a class, then that method should be abstract method. So guys, here guys, you can see that in the vehicle class I am not defining or writing the implementation of the method, then it is compulsory to define a method as an abstract method. So we have to write this method as an abstract, because guys, the first point says that, the first important point says that, or the rules you can say, if I am not defining the body of the method inside the class, then that method should be abstract method, right? So guys, this point says that, the first point says that if I am not defining the body of the method inside the class, then that method should be abstract method. So guys, we have a vehicle class, and inside that we have defined a method and we have not implemented that method, then that method should be defined as an abstract. So guys, now guys, this start method has become the abstract method. So guys, here guys, the question comes, like, what is the abstract method? So guys, the abstract method is that method which does not have the body. It means that it does not have any implementation part, then it is known as abstract method. So guys, the abstract method are the method which does not have the body part or the implementation part, it is only declared. So guys, these type of methods are called as abstract method, right? Okay, so now guys, the next point says that, okay, so guys, the first point says that, the first point is clear. If I am not defining the body of the method inside a class, then that method should be declared as an abstract method. So guys, we have declared this method as an abstract here, right? So let me highlight it. And now guys, the second point says that, so let's write the second point. If any class we have abstract method, so guys, if in any class we have abstract method, then that class should be compulsory declared as abstract. Or but if there is an abstract class, then it is not necessary that the abstract method should be present inside that class. So that's why guys, I told you that with the help of the class we can achieve 0 to the 100% of the abstraction, right? So guys, if in any class we have abstract method, then that class should be compulsory declared as an abstract. But if there is an abstract class, then it is not necessary that the abstract method should be present inside a class. So now guys, let me write the second point, and it says that if in any class, okay, if in any class we have abstract method, okay, then that class should be compulsory, okay, compulsory declare as abstract class. Okay, so guys, the second point says that if in any class we have abstract method, then that class should be compulsory declare as an abstract class, right? Or guys, here guys, if it is okay, but guys, if there is an abstract class, then it is not necessary that the abstract method should be present inside that class. So that's why I told you with the help of the class we can achieve 0 to 100% of abstraction. Okay, so guys, this is the second part. So guys, here guys, we have an abstract method. So guys, it is compulsory to define this class as an abstract. So guys, here we have defined this class as an abstract. So guys, we have an abstract vehicle class now because we have abstract method inside this class. So guys, this class must be declared as an abstract. So guys, this is the second point. Okay, so now guys, I am going ahead. So guys, we have created a vehicle class which is abstract class, and inside this class we have a variable with the name number of tires, and we have the second as a start method which is abstract method, and the abstract method is a method which does not have a body or the implementation part. And guys, the first rule says that if I am not defining the body of the method inside a class, then that method should be defined as abstract method. So we have defined this start method as an abstract. And guys, the second rule says that if in any class we have abstract method, then that class should be compulsory declared as an abstract class. And guys, one thing is there more, and guys, the thing is like, if there is guys, but if there is an abstract class, okay, so guys, if there is an abstract class, then it is not necessary, okay, it is like not necessary that abstract method should be present. So guys, if we are declaring any abstract class as an abstract, then guys, it is not necessary that it should contain an abstract method also. Okay, so guys, the abstract class is possible without having any abstract method, But guys, an abstract method is not possible without writing that class as an abstract. Okay, so guys I hope you understand this 2 point of the abstraction with the help of abstract class and abstract method. Okay, so now guys, I am going to create one more class. Let's say I have created a car class. So guys, inside the car class, okay, and guys, let's say that, and guys, here I am extending this class. So guys, we have to extend this class with the vehicle. So guys, the car class extends the vehicle class. So guys, if we are extending any abstract method, okay, if we are extending any abstract class, then guys, let me write first the variable name. Like guys, we have an integer number of tires, okay, equals to 4, right? And now guys, with the method, the rule is that if any class extends the abstract class, then the third rule says that if a regular class extends an abstract class, then that class must have to implement all the abstract method of the abstract parent class, or it has to be declared as an abstract as well. So guys, if we are extending any abstract class, then guys, all the abstract method of this abstract class should be implemented inside this class. Otherwise, if all the method are not implementing, then we have to define this class, car class, as an abstract. Okay, so this is the third point. So let me write a third point for you guys. So third point says that if a class, okay, extends an abstract class, if a class extends an abstract class, then that class must have to implement all the abstract methods of abstract class of the abstract parent class. Let's say that it is a parent class, okay, abstract parent class, okay, or it has to be declare abstract as well. So guys, the third point says that if a class extends an abstract class, then that class must have to implement all the abstract method of that abstract parent class, or it has to be declared as an abstract as well. It means that the car class is extending the vehicle class, and the vehicle class is an abstract class. So it means that the car class has to implement, or we have to write the body part of the start method inside the car class. Or if we are not writing or implementing the start method, then we have to define this car class as an abstract class. So guys, for now I am defining this start method here. So let's write void start. Okay, so guys, I am defining this class or writing the implementation, and guys, inside this I am writing the SOP part. So SOP says that starts with key. Okay, so this is my SOP part, or the implementation part of a start method. So guys, till here I have created an abstract vehicle class and a class with the name car, which is extending the vehicle abstract class. Okay, and guys, till here we have seen the 3 points. And now guys, in the same way, what I will do, I will create another class with the name scooter, which will extends vehicle class. And guys, here the vehicle class is abstract class. So guys, we have to implement the start method of the vehicle class. So I am implementing the start method of the vehicle class inside this, and here I am writing the SOP, and the SOP says that start with kick. Okay, so guys, we have written the implementation of the start method inside the scooter class. also, right? So guys, here guys we got the 4 points. So guys, if you'll see the example, then guys you can see that we have done the method overriding here, because guys for the method overriding, both the methods should have the same name. And guys, as you can see that we have the start method in the parent class, it is the same name. And guys, both the methods should have the same argument. We have the same argument on the both the methods should be present in the different class. We have the start method in the different classes, in the vehicle class and in the car class. And guys, here you have to use the inheritance concept, and guys we are using the inheritance concept as we have seen in the previous lecture of the method overriding. So guys, with the help of the abstraction we can achieve the method overriding also. Okay, so guys, the fourth point says that with the abstraction we can do method overriding. Okay, so guys, this is the fourth point, the important 4 point for the abstraction. So guys, till here we have seen we have created a like the vehicle abstract class, we have created a car class, we have created a scooter class. Okay, so guys, and guys we have seen, and now guys the fifth point is very important point, and the fifth point says that abstract class cannot be instantiated, means we cannot create the object of the abstract class. So abstract class cannot be instantiated. Okay, we cannot create object of the abstract class. So guys, here guys we cannot create the object of the abstract class, right? So guys, it means that the vehicle class is abstract class. So guys, it is not possible to create the object of the vehicle class here. Okay, and guys, the reason for this, guys, you can see that inside the vehicle class we have a method which is abstract. It means that it does not have the implementation part, right? And guys, why do we create the object? We create the object of any class to access the like the methods or the properties of that class, na? So guys, in this, guys, you can see that inside the method, so guys, in this you can see that the vehicle class have the abstract method. So guys, abstract method does not have the implementation. So guys, therefore there is no use to create the object of the abstract class, because the abstract class contains the abstract method. So there is no implementation, so there is no use to call the method. Okay, so that's why, guys, so guys, so that's why the implementation of the abstract method, so that's why, guys, the object creation of the abstract class is restricted in Java, because abstract class does not contain only content. It means that it contains the abstract method, and the abstract method does not have any the implementation part. And guys, the abstract class can contain the abstract method also, and also the implemented method. It can contain the full implemented method also and abstract method also. Okay, so guys, these are the 5 very important points to understand about the abstraction if we are achieving the abstraction by the use of the abstract class and abstract method. And guys, the last is the very important point, like the abstract class cannot instantiated. We cannot create the object of the abstract class, although we can create the reference of the abstract class, that is the other part, but we cannot create the object of the abstract class. Okay, so now, guys, I am going to write a program in our IDE to show you a quick example of this. Okay, of achieving the abstraction by the use of a abstract class. So let me write an example in my IDE. Okay, so for that I will create a new class. So let's name this class as a vehicle. Okay, so guys, I have created an vehicle class, and guys, in this class let me write a start method. So I will write simply a start method. Okay, And guys, you can see that if I am writing only a start method, it means that if I am not writing the implementation of the start method, I am just declaring the start method, then I am getting an error, and the error says that missing the method body or declare as an abstract, right? Or declare abstract. It means that guys, we have the two way to remove this compiled error. The first is to, like, we have to define the implementation of the start method here, or you can declare this method as an abstract. So guys, we are using the example of the abstraction. So guys, I will define this method as an abstract. Okay, so guys, as I will define this method as an abstract, so guys, you can see that we got another compile time error, and the compile time error says that class vehicle must either be declare abstract or implement the abstract method start in vehicle. So guys, it says that if we have any abstract method inside a class, then it is compulsory to declare this class as an abstract. So let's declare this vehicle class as an abstract. So guys, as I define the vehicle class as an abstract, so guys, we can see that the compile time error has gone. So guys, as we have seen in the first and the second point, the first point says that if I am not defining the body of the method inside the class, then that method should be declared as an abstract method. So guys, as we have seen in the first, we have defined the start method, then we have to declare this an abstract. Okay, and guys, if we have any abstract method inside a class, then that class must be declared as an abstract class, as the second point says. So guys, we have seen the first and the second point here. Okay, and now guys, what I will do, so guys, till here I have created a vehicle abstract class which has an abstract method with the name start. So now guys, I am going to create another class with the name, let's say that I am creating a car with the name car, and I will extend this car class with the vehicle, okay, with the vehicle abstract class. So guys, I have created a car class which is extending the vehicle class, and the vehicle class is an abstract class. So guys, we got an compile time error, and the compile time guys error says that class car must either be declared abstract or implement abstract method. It is saying that guys, we have the two options now. Either we can declare this car class as an abstract class, or we have to implement, it means that, or we have to write the implementation of this start method inside this our car class. So guys, as the third point says that if a class extend an abstract class, then that class must have to implement all the abstract method of the abstract parent class, or it has to be declared as an abstract as well. So okay, so guys, in the same way, we have the two options now. Either we can declare the car class as an abstract, or we can implement the start method. So guys, now here I am going to implement the start method here. So void start, and inside this method, let's print out the SOP, and here starts with key. Okay, so guys, here I have written the implementation part, and here guys, you can see that the compile time error has gone. So guys, till the third point we have seen. Okay, so guys, in the same way, I am going to create one more class, that is the class with the name scooter, which extends our vehicle abstract class. And guys, here you can see that if I am extending the vehicle abstract class, then we have the two options. Either we can declare scooter class as an abstract, or we can implement the start method of the vehicle class. So here I will implement the start method. So let's copy this start method here, and guys, here I can change the implementation. So guys, here I am using the start with kick. Okay, so guys, here you can see that I have written the two classes, the car class and the scooter class, and the car class is extending the vehicle abstract class, right? So guys, and the scooter class is also extending the vehicle abstract class. so we have to define or write the implementation of the start method here. And guys, here you can see that we are getting the method overriding concept here, because guys, start method of this vehicle class is overridden inside the car class also and the scooter class also. So guys, as our fourth point says that with the abstraction we can do the method overriding. So guys, we can achieve the method overriding with the help of the abstraction, and guys, we have achieved this, we can see that. Okay, and now guys, what I will do, I will create a main method and we will try to call the start methods. Okay, and we are also going to see whether we can create the object of the abstract class or not. So for that guys, let me create a main method first. So public static void main, and inside this we have provide the argument as a string args with the array. Okay, so guys, I have created a main method, and now I will so now guys, we are going to see as the fourth point or the fifth point. So guys, the fifth point says that the abstract class cannot be instantiated, we cannot create the object of the abstract class. So let's see that whether we can create or not. So guys, here the vehicle is abstract class, right? So let's try to create the object of this vehicle class. Vehicle, let's write this object vehicle equals to new. Okay, so let's create the here the vehicle method. So guys, here guys, as I created the object of the vehicle class, so we got a compile time error, and the compile time error says that the vehicle is abstract, cannot be instantiated. It means that we cannot create the object of the vehicle class because vehicle class is an abstract class. So guys, hence it is proved that we cannot create the object of the abstract class in Java, and guys, it is restricted. And guys, the reason, as I have told you, that the vehicle class can contain the abstract method also and the implementation full-fledged method. And guys, as it it contains the abstract method, so guys, there is no implementation part. So guys, it is not useful to create the object of the abstract method. Okay, so that's why. And now guys, what I will do, I will create a car class object. So now guys, I am going to create the car class object. Okay, and I am going to call the start method of the car class with the object of the car class. Okay, and now after this I am going to create the scooter class object. So let's say that with the help of the new, I have created the object of the scooter, and with that object I am calling the start method. So guys, here you can see that, and now I can run this program and let's see the output of this. So guys, you can see that we got the output as a start with key and the start with kick. So guys, the first output we got because we call the start method with the object of the car method, and with the, if we have to call the method of the scooter, then we have to create the object of the scooter class, and we have to call the method start of the scooter class with the object of the scooter class. So guys, this is the example of the abstraction, and guys, here you can see that we are hiding the detail or the implementation of the vehicle. It means that how the vehicle works or how the implementation is hidden, and for the user it is only we are showing the main part. Okay, so guys, this is example of the abstraction in Java. And guys, these are the 5 points are very important, and we have seen all these points we have covered with an program example, and we have understand all the abstraction concept in a Java. Okay, so guys, I hope you understand the concept of the abstraction in Java. Okay, so guys, thank you and have a nice day, and see you in the next lecture with the another OOPS concept. And guys, in the next lecture we are going to discuss actually the abstraction with the help of the interface. Okay, so guys, we will see in the next exam lecture how to achieve the abstraction with the help of the interfaces, right? So thank you and have a nice day. See you in the next lecture.